So I was chatting with a friend of mine the other day, and we were talking about the aging process, skincare, plastic surgery, and it's a subject that we talk about quite often. It is one that is relevant to us, and we had to have a good chuckle. A lot of pro-aging accounts, or accounts that you see on Instagram, you get a lot of platitudes. And one of the things I saw recently was a little meme that said the best is yet to come, and it was all about women over 50 and how you need to embrace aging, which I agree that you do, but I have to disagree with the best is yet to come. I think that if I had to be honest with you, I think it's a little bit of toxic positivity right there. I do think that you need to be really positive about the aging process. And I did say quite recently that I am at peace with my skin, my textured skin, and the things that are happening to my body through menopause. I've made peace with them. That's not to say that I'm resigned to the process. There are still things that I'm doing I'm not fighting tooth and nail to hold on to my youth, but there are things that I'm doing to kind of mitigate and manage the aging process, because they're things that do make me feel a lot better, and they help me in my acceptance of what's going on with my body. But can I say the best is yet to come? I don't. It depends what lens you're seeing that through. So I do think there is a lot of life experience that we have at this age that we didn't have 20 years ago, and I think that is a big bonus. But in terms of the physical things and the physical changes that happen to our body, or my body, let me speak for myself only, I don't necessarily think that the best is yet to come. I think that there are steps that I can take to kind of as I say, mitigate the changes and just help me feel a little bit better about my body. So one of the things that I have really stepped up in the last 8 or 9 months would be strength training. So strength training is critical. If you're over 50, you really need to build muscle and bone mass, and it really is highly recommended. So one of the things that I started doing in August last year was I joined a gym. Now, that was a big step for me because I have never been a gym person. I once belonged to one of those franchises. It's a huge gym, and probably, I don't know, 80% of gym goers belong to that gym. And it just wasn't my scene, and it really put me off for many, many years. So this was about 20 years ago. I was part of that gym, and I swore I would never ever go back. And then I found an independent local gym, which is just right up my alley. It was just a superb match for me. The classes are small, there's individual attention, and I decided to really get into strength training. So I do it 3 times a week, and then I also try and do it twice a week at home. So I do have my own dumbbells, and I do a little workout in the garden, and it definitely helps just to supplement the 3 days of training. And I have really found a difference in my body in the space of 8 or 9 months. It really is undergoing a transformation, but I have to say a slow transformation. So I definitely have to work a lot harder in my 50s to build up muscle mass. It's definitely taking longer. It's a slower burn, but it is happening. So that's just one of the things that we also need to bear in mind, is that we are going to take a little bit longer to get to probably the same base rate that we had 10 years ago, if we're ever going to get there at all. But I can say that in terms of strength training, it is taking me a little bit longer to build up muscle. And that brings me on to my skincare routine. And one of the things that I have spoken about and I am really passionate about is microcurrent. So I've been using microcurrent for years, close on 20 years. I used to go for in-office procedures, and then companies started bringing out various different devices, and I've tried just about all of them. And I have been using the Ziip device for probably the last 2 years, and this is really my go-to. It's the only device that I use on my skin. So I don't use any other device. I would use an LED mask if I had one, because I do believe in LED. But for now I'm using the Ziip, and I really love it because it's really easy to use. I am using their crystal gel at the moment, which I really love. And I also wanted to say, just on the subject of aging, you know, one of the things that I no longer do is get Botox. So I stopped Botox in 2021. I used to get a little bit on my forehead just to soften my frown lines. I've got a very deep line on my forehead, which has actually softened remarkably with microcurrent. But it's just one of those things. I just found that Botox was expensive and I loved it. I loved the look. It kind of neatened up my forehead lines. But because I have hooded eyelids, it depending on who the practitioner was, it you know, sometimes it would actually pull my eyebrows down and it would exacerbate my hooded lids. And it was always a chance I took. You know, I would tell whoever it was that I had this issue and they would say, no, we'll, you know, just do the middle, etc. But it always kind of seemed to impact my eyelids. So it's one of the things that I don't do anymore. And I think it's also a thing, in my 40s it was important. And now in my 50s, as I say, with making peace with the aging process, it's not sustainable. It's not something that I can have on a regular basis. So I prefer using things like microcurrent. So I'm going to, while we're chatting, just do a little bit of a routine with you. And the device comes with an app, and there are a whole lot of programs on the app. And the one that I have been doing of late is the Lift. And it really does give you a beautiful lift to the skin. And the Ziip device also has nanocurrent. Now, nanocurrent works on the quality of your skin. So it really does give you a beautiful glow, whereas the microcurrent is working on the muscles under your skin to give you a lift. And this has really helped me with my skin texture as well. I no longer go for in-office peels. It's not in the budget. And I find that using the Ziip really just does a very similar job. And I don't have to pay all that money for in-office procedures. So it really is a lovely device. Now, just something to bear in mind is that you can apply quite a bit of pressure with the device. So you don't need to be worried about the pressure. It helps with lymphatic drainage. It gets rid of puffiness, and it really does help to reduce toxins. And this for me is a Botox alternative. So it definitely helps to soften my forehead wrinkles. It definitely helps to even out my very textured skin tone. It's the only thing, it's the only at-home device that I find has made a difference to my texture. So I really do love it for that. That was the beep, which means that you now move over to the other side. You can feel the vibrations on your skin. Every time the device vibrates, you just move it along. And it really does help to sculpt your skin. Now, they do recommend that you do this 3 to 5 times a week. So it's very, very similar to my strength training. It's become part of my routine. So I do it at least 3 times a week. And you have to be consistent with this. It is going to give you a temporary lift, but the more you do it, the more the lift kind of accumulates. And of course, the more that you use the microcurrent, the more that it's going to help with the glow and the texture and the condition of your skin. So I just wanted to remind you that I do have a 10% off discount code, which you will find in the description box below if you are interested in this. If you have any questions about it, please leave me a comment down below and I will do my utmost to assist you with any questions that you might have. I also just wanted to add that the programs on here are very quick and easy to use. So, I mean, you can do a 6-minute program, you can do a 4-minute program, you can do a 10-minute program. It really is completely customizable and up to you. And then also just to mention with the nano current, which is one of the things that I love about this device, because I don't know any other microcurrent device that also uses nanocurrent, but it stimulates collagen production and skin cell regeneration as well, and I think that accounts for the improvement in the texture of my skin, and it also improves circulation. So it really does give you that beautiful glow as well as a lift, so you're kind of getting a 2-for-1 treatment with this device. So guys, when I spoke a couple of videos back about simplifying my life in 2025, I really wasn't joking. So it definitely extends to things like my strength training. I have a routine now. I can do it in the gym 3 times a week, and I can also do it in my backyard as and when I want to. So that is one of the things. It's all about being flexible, and that also extends to my beauty routine. So no in-office treatments for me. I am loving my Ziip Halo device. I can also use it as and when I want to at my convenience, 3 to 5 times a week. Absolutely love it for that. So guys, let me know how you are simplifying your life in 2025. I'd really love to hear from you. Leave me a comment down below. Let me know if it is decluttering for you, if it's getting your body in shape, if it's getting your face in shape. I'd love to hear from you. If you enjoyed this video, please do give it a thumbs up. Please don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Ciao, ciao.